Okay, so we're on the backdrop here of this fallen down fern tree, evergreen. Seen better days, isn't it? The root system there is very shallow on those. It seems to be spread out more than sort of going down into the ground. It's more kind of spread out. Therefore, I guess it's quite susceptible really to wind. As you can see, it's come down here. There we go. There's quite a few trees down. We're going to fly the drone around and you'll see for yourself. Might see something interesting. You never know. Get filming. And away we go once again. Shoot on 4K. Stick on the big screen, ladies and gentlemen. We just have a nice cruise around the wood. Just to see what we can see. There's a few dog walkers out there today, so I've got to be a little bit careful. I've come across two already. But I think where I'm going is probably not going to be where they're going to be, hopefully anyway. But you never know. We'll take a nice slow cruise around the wood. Yeah, it's pretty busy out there, this one, meaning that there's a lot of things to potentially bring your drone down, so your drone flying skills really have to be heightened, let's say. Right, so let's see if we can see anything interesting. Rumour has it that there are wallabies in this particular woods. I've been out here a couple of times, I've not seen any. Doesn't mean to say that they're not here. It's quite a big wood, so they could kind of bunch together, and you know, you've got to be a bit lucky, I think, perhaps to see them or find them. Right, we're on the outer limits really of my signal. It's just started to glitch up a little bit, so I'm gonna take it sort of back really, if I can, slightly, if it allows me to do that. Right, it's just been a bit of a pain at the moment, so I'll bring it right back toward the home point. I don't really want to be kind of going out there hunting for it, let's say. I'd much rather bring it back in a flyable state. Okay. Right, we just wait until the signal gets a bit better, and then we can go and grab it if it comes down. I hope I don't have to do that, but you just never know. I've had to do it a few times. Alright, I'm just waiting for my my map to load, so therefore I can take it back towards the home point. In the meantime, we'll just take a nice slow cruise around the wood and see if we can find something which is kind of interesting. Okay. Anyway, so what's been in the news lately then? I've not really been keeping a grasp on it. Nothing major's kind of changed really over the past week or so, or days. I think things are winding down for Christmas now, aren't they, pretty much? Kind of glad to say. There seems to be a lot of reports about drones spotted over New Jersey and places like that, you know, airports and places of military interest. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Okay, I'll tell you what, guys, I'll come clean, alright? So the CIA have been monitoring my videos, and they've been noticing how wonderful I am at flying through the jungle and things and crashing my drone in a very spectacular way. So they actually reached out to me and they said, look, do you mind just flying some of our drones over New Jersey? Which is quite handy really, because I've got my military bunker which is in my back garden, so that's kind of like my operational centre, and that's where I operate from. So there we go, mystery solved. It's handy all the time. No, I don't know what they are, to be honest. There's some weird phenomenon. I mean, I don't take much notice of it. I don't think it's aliens, put it that way. I think it's someone's obviously having a bit of a laugh, perhaps with a load of drones. Some young kids perhaps have got hold of some drones and they're just spoofing people. It could be something like that. I mean, I don't know. Put it this way, I don't think we're going to see any little green men anytime soon, okay? So I wouldn't worry so much about that. Yes. Anyway, let's see if we can see some little kangaroos or wallabies or something. Even if we don't, it's really just nice to be out here and to be part of the great outdoors. I find this a much better way of wasting my time than perhaps, say, at home watching TV or whatever else at the moment. You know, the dogs needed a walk, I needed to get out. I think this might be the last video I make before Christmas, so Merry Christmas if I don't see you between now and then. And this is just a nice way to, I think, to relax on a Sunday morning. Yeah, sunny Sunday morning. I had a bit of a rain burst, a cloud burst just now, and thankfully that's now behind us. Oops. And now the sun's come out, but it's quite cold. Being December, who'd have thought, eh? Who'd have thought, being December? Anyway, no snow on the ground, thankfully. We don't want any of that, really, do we? Although it's very nice when it kind of does come down. But it's lovely on postcards, put it that way, on picture cards and Christmas cards and stuff. Right, we're going into the thicker stuff now, so I might lose signal again. I'll try not to, mind, but we just might. Getting all into all the little nooks and the crannies. See if we can see any little wallabies. Joke, what do you get if you cross a sheep with a kangaroo? What do you get? You get a woolly jumper. That was terrible, wasn't it? Oh dear, we've come down. Oh gosh. It was so bad, I think, that the even the drone had enough of that one. Oh dear. Right, we have found the little chap. Oh my gosh, no wonder it wouldn't fly. Right, a quick check to see if all is okay. Visually, yes. I think the morale's taken a bit of a hit, mine, but it comes with the territory, I suppose. Anyway, we got 49% battery power. Slightly different part of the wood. I don't think I've been here before, so we're going to take it off once again and go for another little flight. See what we can see. And here we go. Right. Yep, all seems to be okay. Yep, that's good. Right, get filming. And away we go. In this direction. Yeah, sorry about my last joke, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, didn't go down too well with the old drone, did it? Didn't like what I said. It was so bad it actually crashed. Right, done a little pathway here. We're just going to get back into the wood. Have a wander, fly around. So what we can see. Ooh, looks a bit wild there, doesn't it? This is very wild. This particular wood. They all seem to be a bit like this round here. West Woods is a bit more open, so's Savernake, and so was Bagley Wood. That's probably one of my favourite woods I've ever flown in, actually, Bagley. Okay, right, let's go back here. Just have a nice cruise around. Have a chat about whatever's going on, really. Anyway, Christmas is just around the corner. Not really my favourite time of year, if I was honest with you, but I think it's just kind of lost its meaning. It's all about money now, and not about the actual, event which it depicts, which is what I kind of subscribe to in a sense. I subscribe to the story of Christmas rather than let's just eat as much as we can and drink and get merry and whatever else. That's all very nice, but I just think the meaning of it's just been kind of taken away. It's been sort of lost somewhat. I'm just going to get myself away from this little area here and just perhaps get into the open somewhere. So if you crash your drone here, it's a bit of a swine to go and find it, because you're quite a long way from any pathways and things. So I'd rather just try and fly in at least an openish space, so I can, if it does come down, I can just go out there and it's fairly easy to go and retrieve. Anyway, work-wise, all is fairly quiet on the gutter cleaning front at the moment. I'm going to try and think of a real decent name to call my little company. I'm racking my brains at the moment, because I think that there is actually, mileage, let's say, in what I do. I think there's a living to be made, gutter cleaning and cleaning fascias and stuff like that. I know it's a pretty crap job, it's not great and there's no kind of future in it or anything like that, but it's the best I can probably do. And I've always been a person who's pretty much worked all their life, and I try to work really, really hard, but haven't really gotten anywhere in a sense, career-wise. So you got to make your own luck when you're self-employed. When you're limited with, which is what I am. I've got no
battery level is low.
I've got no kind of
aircraft will return to the home point in 10 seconds.
I've got no real kind of qualifications, to sort of offer an employer, and I don't really think I want to work for an employer, to be honest. I don't know. I've been out of the game for so long now. I think it just would be tough, I think, to work for an employer. Right, I'm just going to bring it back, and we'll stick another battery in it, and then we'll fly again, I think. Yeah, so I think it would be tough for myself to work for another employer. I mean, what am I going to get? A person with no real qualifications, not a lot of experience in much at all, really, apart from driving. It's going to be minimum wage. I'm going to hate it. So I'd much rather just try and reinvent myself and try and make something of a little business kind of thing. Right, I'm bringing it back towards myself now. Here we go. Right, there we go. Perfect timing. Right, we're going to stick another battery in it because we've got another full battery, and then we're going to go for another belt around and see what we can see.
Visual positioning failure, unable to return automatically.
Yeah, whatever.
Pay attention to flight safety.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever, woman, whatever. She's about the only woman I really take any notice of, that one there. And she still pisses me off. Right, just come across a really nice little pond somewhere in Braydon Wood or Braydon Forest. I'll just share the view there. It's really nice. Very old and ancient piece of woodland, this. Apparently a forest is a place, I only learnt this the other day, a forest is a place where, let's say, kings and noble people of the day used to come hunting. That was a forest, okay? So I think this used to be a forest once upon a time. It used to be far bigger than it presently is. And it's all been kind of chopped up a little bit. So you've got Braydon Wood, which is here. Then a bit further over you got Raven's Roost. And then you've got Webb's Wood. And there's a few more scattered around. But apparently when it was all joined up a few centuries ago, it covered a vast area. Vast area. In fact, I think it was about a third of the county of Wiltshire was actually forested over with Braydon Forest. So it was quite a large piece of woodland or large forest. Different part of the wood, this one. Get recording. Whoops. Fly through the gaps.
Home point updated.
See what we can see. You might find something which is interesting. I've not seen anything yet on the screen. I do miss quite a lot, to be honest, when I'm flying around. So I'm kind of relying on other people to point things out to me. Leave perhaps a timestamp below. Oh, it looks a bit jungly out now. I don't really want to be flying around there. I'm going to bring it back, head off in a slightly different tangent. Seems to be a lot of brambles and stuff down below, so you don't really want to be dropping your drone in that, because it's an absolute nightmare to go and get it back again. So we'll just cruise around and go in the little gaps. You never know, you might see something, a little hidden secret or something. You never know. You're flying through the evergreens into this little wonderland. They're all different, aren't they? They're all kind of similar, but just different, and that's what I kind of like about flying in these woods and things, you know. Of course, you get the fresh air. You're good for your mind, body, and your soul, and all the rest of it. So that's kind of what I like, really. And it's a good test of your skills, drone flying, and I like flying drones. I do love the little Neo, just because this is just perfect for what I do. I could not imagine flying my Mini 2, which is a bit busted up, by the way, at the moment. I need to get that sorted out. Or my Mini 3, which I got from my good friend Adrian. If you're watching, Adrian, Merry Christmas, sir. Happy New Year to you and yours. Right, we're just losing signal slightly. I'm going to bring it back towards the home point, which is not in that direction. Oh, here we go. This direction here. So get closer to the home point and I can pick up the signal a bit better. Otherwise you get that awful lag. I actually demolished a drone because of lag once. It was my little Hubson. I didn't realise that what I was seeing was not what the drone was actually experiencing. Well, I thought I was over top of the forest, and in fact I was pulling the stick hard down, and it was losing elevation, but it wasn't recording it or receiving it on my heads-up display. And then it just lost altogether, and the drone, unfortunately, it crashed into a load of trees, and it was just completely wrecked. Yeah, the Hubson was a good drone, but their tech department are just absolutely useless. Their customer support, I think they call it, don't they? Absolutely useless. I bought 2 of their drones. I don't think I'd ever touch another one. There we go. I think DJI are probably have got the absolute market regarding drones, you know, for civilian use anyway. Wouldn't mind one of those Raytheon drones where it's got rockets and missiles and stuff like that. That'll be fun. Could go around someone's house you don't like and just blitz them, couldn't you? Oh dear. Anyway, it's a different world, isn't it? It's amazing what they can do with these drones these days. You know, they take them off from places like Houston in Texas, and they're bombing the absolute crap out of somewhere in Afghanistan. I mean, that's just crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. Right, come on. Let's see if we can get this thing back home. Well, fly around first and then get it back home in a flyable state, let's say. I don't often fly it back. It doesn't often get back to me. I always have to go out and kind of go and retrieve it because it's crashed, or I've crashed it. Oh. And no wonder why when you're flying in places such as this, really. Alright, let's belt it along a little bit, shall we? This is where you've got to be careful, because there just could be a little twig or a branch. You're just running into it at quite high speed, and the drone just comes down. You don't really see the branch either until you're like a couple of feet away from it, and then if you're flying at speed, it's normally too late. Anyway, we're doing okay this one, aren't we, at the moment? I can hear it, so it's not too far away from me. Heading it back towards the home point. I'm just going to take it slightly to the left of me, I think. Just flying around, just see what we can see. There might be something in here of interest. The greater or the lesser spotted Yeti or something. The Great British Yeti. He exists. He's in here somewhere, perhaps. Anyway. Yeah, so Christmas just around the corner. I got my wife a few little bits and pieces. So hopefully she'll be happy. A little item of clothing and a few chocolates and something to drink, you know, it's alright, isn't it? But it's really, for me, it's kind of like what Christmas actually means. You know, I am a person of faith. I'm not ashamed to say that either. Because to me, it just it kind of makes sense to me, especially in my experience in my life anyway, what I've gone through in my life. We all go through life with different experiences, don't we? You know, we all come out the other end of it with, hopefully with some experience, you know, and hopefully we've made some kind of a positive impact in the world as well, which is probably the most important thing, I think. And that's, to me, that is really the whole message of the Bible. Am I really going to try and fly through that? This is a suicide mission, isn't it? Kamikaze Andy. Right, that is very much a dead end, I think. I'm going to have to go back, I think, and take the chicken's way out. Yeah, so, you know, my philosophy really is just try and be good to people. You know, try and leave, well, hopefully, you know, try and leave the world in a better situation than when you actually came into it. Have a positive impact on people. You know, so just be kind, just be good. Haven't got to be religious. You know, I think this was the whole message of the Bible, really. You know, of the message of the followers of Jesus. That's the most important thing, is to love one another. Obviously, to love God as well. That is, in essence, that is what the New Testament is all about. Without getting too religious about it, I hate religion, people. I have a faith, but I just don't like religion. And if you study what Jesus says, he's exactly the same. Because he always came up against the Sadducees and the Pharisees, because they were hypocrites. You know, and I've got a faith, but I haven't got religion. You know, so I'm not religious. Okay, I kind of used to be once upon a time, but I think I've got that leached out of me now, my religiosity. I just like flying drones, basically. I like flying drones, and I like being out in places like this, because this has got to be good for the mind, body and the soul, isn't it? Yeah. Right, heading towards the home point. We are down to 29%. This thing's going to start barking at me at some point fairly soon. So we're just going to have a little scout around this area around here, so we can find something. A little woolly jumper. Sorry about that joke earlier, guys. If that offended anyone, I do apologise. What do you get if you cross a sheep with a kangaroo? A woolly jumper. Oh my gosh. That was terrible. I do apologise for that joke. That was awful. Anyway. Right, home point is dead ahead. I don't really want to be dropping my drone in here, because it would be an absolute nightmare to go and fetch out again. So we're going to try our best to try and nav through it. over it.
Battery level is low.
Okay,
Aircraft
no,
will
you're
return to the home point in 10
not.
seconds.
Oh, no you won't. I've just cancelled you. Oh, here we go. I think. Yeah, here we go. Whee! Right, we'll just fly over there, I think. Just absolutely drain this battery. It's got absolutely nothing in it. So we go away with nothing at all in all of my batteries, pretty much. And that way I know I've had a good session, good flying session. Gosh, wow. Oh dear, there we go. I know it's too good to be true. Most of my flights end like that, by the way. And once again, this is how you find your drone, ladies and gentlemen, okay? You go on your app, okay, that's your screen. 3 little dots top right hand corner, go down. This is on the safety, okay? You've got different icons up the top there. Safety control, camera, transmission, about. You go on safety, you go down, hit find my drone, hit that there. Start flashing and beeping, you might hear it. Right, okay, so you can follow it by the noise, and also you can follow it on the screen here. Expand it up, then it just takes you pretty much directly to where your drone is, which is hopefully going to be through here somewhere, through the jungle. It's not that far away, but my gosh, it's damn difficult to try and get to. This is the only downside of flying your drone in the jungle, is that you have to sometimes, to retrieve it, you got to go through hell and high water to get it. So there we go. Right, well, it's been fun here in Braydon Wood. I've really enjoyed my time flying my little drone in and amongst the trees. I don't think I saw anything. I'm not sure. I need to go home and perhaps, like, you know, analyze my footage a bit more, but I don't think I saw anything. Pretty sparse, really. I'm quite surprised that there's not much in the way of kind of anything really in this wood. Not that I saw anyway, and that's fairly typical of most of the woods which I've kind of gone to. Perhaps things might change when we get into spring, so I'm kind of looking forward to the new greens coming through. Anyway, guys, I just want to say thanks for watching my video for today. If you like this kind of thing, you know, please like and, you know, subscribe for more kind of content. I know this is not everyone's cup of tea, but I just like to do what I like to do, and I like to document it, and I'm hoping that it gives people some pleasure of what I do. So yeah, more videos to come. Anyway, I don't think I'll be uploading much between now and Christmas. Today's Sunday, Christmas Day being Wednesday, so I think I'll be quite busy flat out doing the whole Christmas thing. So more videos on the other side probably, or even in the new year. So I just want to say thanks for watching. Have a Merry Christmas and all the rest of it. Don't drink too much, don't eat too much, and if you do, get yourself out here and have a lovely walk, just to walk it off. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, take care, and bye for now.